following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the October 19th magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there had a great weekend, a fantastic weekend. Hope you're having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to throw at us. Today, we'll go look at the circumstances of the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers. We'll go figure out what it is they're communicating to you and I at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. I'm absolutely grateful for your presence. I'm here to serve you. So feel free, pick up that phone, dial on in, 877-927-6648. You can email me, steve@tfnn.com, and then you can post a comment or two. Happy to assist you any way possible. Let's get things started, because this is magical and magnificent. Monday, of course, it is the Hotel California, sponsored by Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got the Dow trading off about 13 points at 17,202. S&P down 3 points at 2030. NASDAQ Composite is up 8. She's trading at 48.94. Russell 2000 off 2 points. The DAX closed up 59 points. The FTSE down 25. We've got gold trading back about $11 at 11.72. Silver's off 26 cents at 15.85. Late sweet crude off $1.23. Trade at 46.49. Leading the charge, the upside, you got Priceline, Regeneron, that's up $32 and $7 respectively, both of them shooting for their highs out there, their high volume highs, swing points. Weight Watchers up about 96%. That's up $6 and change after some announcement by Oprah Winfrey. Of course, the people that had bought Weight Watchers in the downdraft, the huge downdraft that it's trading into. Of course, it's trading up into that with volume, but those folks are just glad to get their money back. They are saying, Oprah, thank you very much. We'll go take a look at that stock. Amazon's up $7. Shire PLC up a couple bucks. Chipotle back 7. Valent Pharmaceuticals off $15. Pioneer Natural Resources down 7. Hasbro, the toy company, that is trading down $6. So where do we begin our day out here? I think we begin our day by going and checking in on the price oscillators. Let's go see what kind of action we've got going on inside the market. Let's start by taking a look at the New York Stock Exchange. New York Stock Exchange still trading above its September 17th swing point. That price point is 10,362.26. You're 10,373. What we can see here is that from the trading session of October 8th, when that price oscillator, that's the bottom portion of my screen, when it got up to 303.14, that is a heck of a reading. We don't see too many like that. However, we have seen some of those readings. Some of them have been, in essence, exhaustion moves. Some of them have turned out to offer the hope of higher prices in the future. One thing is for sure. We have a declining price oscillator, and we have a rising price trend that never ends well, meaning there's really two outcomes, right? Because when I say not well, that sounds like it's going to end poorly here, and that's really not what I'm saying. What I am saying is this. There's two outcomes when we see this. One of those outcomes is a consolidation. The consolidation in this case here would say that the New York Stock Exchange pulls back to about the 10,180 type area, hangs around here, travels sideways before it starts to make its next move higher. The other and more likely scenario is that the New York Stock Exchange comes down and tests at least the top of the gap That is the October 5th high. Remember, the New York Stock Exchange, the wider swath of the market, has got an island bottom. Island bottom is about as bullish as they come. So, and you take a look at this, that island bottom again, that island forming between September 22nd and October the 2nd. October the 5th, you have a nice gap up. On the trading session from September 21st, you had a gap down. We've got a gap in price out there. And as long as that pattern remains in play, that is bullish, folks. It doesn't get much more bullish than that. Now, it really is only a failed pattern if price gets back below the swing point out here from September 29th. We'll take things one step at a time. At this stage here, this says we're going to see some type of pullback. It does not tell us to the extent of that pullback, but likely targets really become at least where it gapped up on the October 5th level. So we'll watch that. If we go take a look at the NASDAQ composite out here, we have the same pattern. The NASDAQ composite, the strong index in the market today, we can see we've got a declining price oscillator. Above the zero line out here, we have price rising, running right into its 200-day simple moving average is what I'm going to guess this is, because I think I've got the set for the simple so that we can take a look at that. Ooh, that death cross out there. But that's what it is, so we pay attention to it. Of course, we know that a death cross really is nothing much more than a stalling point for price, and that's exactly what we saw out here. The death cross took place September 28th. The bottom went ahead and, formed the very next day. Now we got price running right into that resistance zone, and it's doing that with a falling price oscillator. What does that mean? We're going to see a retracement. Where's a likely area? Likely area is probably the top of October 2nd or the bottom of October 5th. Can it move beyond that? It most certainly can, and we'll take a look at volume, other characteristics as that occurs. But it is going to occur. Is it going to occur today? I don't know. We'll go take a look at some other shorter-term tools, see if we can figure anything out. The Dow, if we take a look at the Dow, same setup. Price has been moving higher with a falling price oscillator. They always have the same result. Look, you can take a look at the actual high that was formed out here on May 20th inside the Dow. I'm not saying that that pattern is going to complete. You know, you and I never truly know the extent of where the market's going to go to the downside or to the upside. That's why we use different tools to assist us with that. Whether it's coming back to a breakout area, coming back to a breakdown area. Maybe it's a retracement. Maybe it's some type of wave count. It's a test of a swing point. We've got many different ways for you and I to identify where price is likely headed to. What we do know is when price moves higher with a declining oscillator above the zero line, it always says there's some type of pullback. Some type of pullback, and that's what we are going to see. Is it going to be today? Yeah, I'd say... I would say it like this. Oh, I would say it like this if I had my screen. There we go. 2009.25. You're 2021. That's a number to be watching inside the ES Mini. So that's quite a ways to the downside out here. So that's what's going on as we take a look at those three indices out here. What else? Well, if you take a look at the VIX index, hey, it's nicely below the 50-day exponential moving average of 1997. You're at 1528. You made a slightly lower low today out here. You're not doing a whole lot. But the VIX index says to me as well that there is a impending top. It just doesn't tell us when is it going to occur. And we do not have, unfortunately, what we don't really have is synergy as I take a look across the charts out here for certain time frames, the same time frame. If we take a look at the NASDAQ, let's go take a look at the NASDAQ. It's been running strong out here. Now, this is a 2-hour chart, and if we take a look at this low, the most recent low took place at 12 noon. This was on the trading session out here of October the 14th. We're at October the 19th. Since that low, we happen to be in a 7th wave move to the upside. Now, assuming that the high that took place here at noon doesn't get taken out, that high is 44.55. Assuming that high does not get taken out, then we're going to get a confirmation of that as we come into the 2 p.m. time frame. Now, that's 45 minutes, so a lot can happen during the next 45 minutes out there. If, in fact, we get a confirmed 7th wave move, that's a place where you could see a least a short-term top out here. How will we know if it's short-term or something more than that? I would say we would know when price were to break on the 2-hour chart its market profile, which happens its TAS market profile low, which also happens to be the point of control. So there should be some pretty darn good support at 43.54. You break that, and then what the NASDAQ Composite, what the Dow Jones, and what the New York Stock Exchange has been communicating to you and I, which is that there is a impending retracement. I don't know what correction, retracement, pullback, whatever terminology it is that you want to use out there. That's what this would be communicating. Now, if we go take a look at the 2-hour chart for the S&P futures contract, let's go see what its message is out here. It's a different message. You see, we're not inside a seventh wave, but what we do have is we got the kind of wave that says, uh-oh, there could be danger lurking out here because price had been moving higher with less relative strength out there. Never a good sign. You don't want to do that. That's when your muscles start to get really tired. You know, when you got to do that last little curl out there, you know, of course, that's where you're going to get the most benefit. In the case of the market, you know, it just did its last little curl at 4 o'clock this morning. Now, what is cool is that we've got a target area inside of the NQ on the 2-hour chart out there. We took a look at those numbers. We also have 2 target areas inside the ES, even better yet, because we've got a hammer candle out here. That hammer candle occurred during the time session here that ended at 10 o'clock this morning. So as we, in essence, were coming into the open of the cash market, the the ES on the 120-minute time frame formed a hammer candle at the bottom, which is 2014 and a quarter. That's the number to be looking for. If you get a close below that, there is my 2009 level that I gave you. If we see the ES mini close below that, as well as the hammer candle, you're going to see price head down to 1992. Will it get lower? I don't know. But that will become the first target. And that's a pretty good move out there. That's a move of what? 8, get you to 9, about 19 points out there inside of the ES mini. So that's what to be paying attention to. Inside of the Dow, on the 2-hour chart out here, if we take a look at it, it doesn't provide you and I basically with diddly. We don't have anything out here pattern-wise to communicate to you and I that this is it. We just simply don't. So when I said no synergy, I mean no synergy. So it's really going to be us focused on the NQ and the ES out here with regard to, you know, what or when the next move might occur. If I go take a look at the Russell 2000 out here, yeah, same thing. You know, formed a bottom, right? That little price relative strength divergent pattern back here at about 8 o'clock on the 14th. I take that back. But nothing out here at the high, at least nothing that I believe. Let me just go, let's do a little wave counting out here. Nah, we've got nothing out here inside of the Russell 2000 on its 2-hour chart. So it's all about the NQ, all about the ES. Oh, the NQ, by the way, interestingly enough, I'm glad you asked, it does have this little 3 drive to a top pattern out here. Drive 1 taking place at 1650 on October 16th. Drive 2 taking place at 3:30 this morning, and Drive 3 1150. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. TigerTV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off about 31 points right now. If we go take a look at the ETFs for the index futures, indexes out here, the Qs, the SPYs, the IWM, the Dow Diamonds. You know, if you've listened to the show over the past couple of days, you and I haven't spent any time here because basically they've proven to be a waste of time, and I'm not that interested in wasting your time. You might say, well, shoot, why are you going to waste my time now? Well, I just think it's pertinent at least to take a look at the Russell 2000 out here. What I mean by waste of time is that if you were somebody that was going to trade off of just those signals, you'd get just simply demolished out here. You've got to market conditions change, and as they change, as market conditions change, you've got to change too out here. Now, with regard to the IWM, we could do this inside the Russell 2000 as well. We can see that price has been traveling with inside this D, and the IWM is the weak link out here. We've proven that over and over again. One of the ways that we can take a look at the IWM, and of interest is what it did today thus far, which is it was able to get up and test the top of its descending price channel. That's the diagonal red lines you see on my screen. What it was also able to do, the high so far inside the IWM 116.21, the top of its TAS market daily profile, 116.30, that I do respect inside the index ETFs out here. But otherwise, volume, schmolume, basically, and some other things out here. But we can see that the descending price channel has held price as well as the TAS market profile. Now, if price is able to get above the 116 level, then we're going to see price travel up to 117.50. If it can get above 117.50, it most certainly is going to go test the top of the September 17th swing point and probably and then some out here. If we see a pullback, then the first target's going to be the bottom of the daily profile. That's around 111.71. But more likely, it's going to be the gap up from the trading day of October the 5th, which had 45 million shares. You've done 14 million shares today. I don't have my little calculator up on the screen to my left out here. But basically, you know, it is not pulling back with any kind of significant pressure, volume, or anything along those lines. Shoot, on the trading day of October 15th, it was up with 42 million shares. We can just multiply times 2, and we're not going to get anywhere near that. So you've got the IWM pulling back on light volume. But I have found that trying to benchmark what the ETFs are doing and making trading decisions on them, you're going to be doing maybe the right thing at the wrong time, and if you do that, you will get crushed out here. Now, in the case of the SPYs, we'll just go ahead and stay out here and take a look at it inside the SPY. September 17th being the swing point high, 276 million shares. You know, you got above that, closed above with 114 million shares on Friday. You're testing it. You're back below it today. You've done 37 million shares. I mean, my goodness. You talk about light volume out here. Well, you certainly have it inside the SPYs. Now, in the Qs, if we go take a look at the Qs, the reality is with regard to the Qs, which have done volume of about 13 million. So maybe they're going to do 20 million today. In order for the Qs and their light volume scenario and a test of a swing point and a failure doesn't happen in one day. You would think that it would, and I might teach you that previously, but that is just simply not the way that it works. If it, what the Qs need are days, not like 1 or 2 or 3 tests of a swing point. It needs days, like a week, like 5, 6, 7 days of light volume up at the highs, or while it drifts higher out here. One day does not do it justice. Now, what have the Qs done here today? They've tested the top of that September 17 swing point, 108.72. Hey, it's got volume of 56 million. You've done 13 so far. You're going to have a rejection on price and volume out here. I would say pay more attention right now to the TAS market profiles than anything else. Maybe price comes back and it tests the 106.58 level. You know, if that acts as support, just expect it to keep boinging around here for, you know, the next several days. If you want to see a top, what you want to see is days, not a single day, not a failure of a swing point. You want to see days worth of just kind of moving sideways with light volume. Let's go finish this off here before we go to a break and I get pulled off the air. Let's go take a look at the Dow Diamonds. Dow Diamonds today doing 2.4 million shares out here, staying right at about its TAS market profile, 171.58 or 171.63 as we speak right now. If we can close above the diamonds, that is, close above the 171.58 level, no reason for it to not run to 175 to 176. We've got the Dow. She's trading down about 29 points. S&P's off 6. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization memorization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN has just announced a brand new morning lineup that is geared specifically for traders in this volatile traders market. Every morning at 8 a.m., John Logan starts things off with his daily program, The Global Market Pulse. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento trades the market during the market open Monday through Friday on Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom O'Brien hosts the Money Masters for the hour, and Basil Chapman hosts his Tiger Technicians Hour at 11 a.m. From 8 a.m. till noon every market day, these traders are with you as they provide up-to-the-second market information so that you can make the most educated and profitable trades possible. The new TFNN morning lineup is happening right now. Tune in to see for yourself what kind of actionable trading discussion they have each morning, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m., live only on TigerTV at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 33, S&P is down 7. Let's go check in on some of the individual equities out here, see how they're performing, what they are doing, what they're trading into. Let's start off by taking a look at Priceline out here. You got Priceline right now priced out at $13.62. We have pointed out in the past that Priceline has this high volume high from the trading day of August the 5th. We saw that price closed up inside there on the trading day of October the 12th. Right now, today, you are above the daily market profile high. That is $13.52.95. It's above the weekly profile as well. Stands to reason that if, in fact, Priceline is able to close about $13.52.95, it will go test that swing point high. That swing point high in Priceline is the trading day of August 5th, and that is $13.95. Now, there's also an A to B equals CD pattern out here. So it looks like, to me, visually, that Priceline is going to get above that high. Because, well, maybe not. Maybe. You know, Priceline is made to the 1 A to B equals CD, 1372. So what does that mean? That means it should at least test the high. Again, if it closes above 1352, it ought to at least get to 1395. Maybe it gets up to 1423. The 1.272A to B equals CD to the upper side. No failure inside of price line. If we take a look at Weight Watchers out here, WTW is the ticker symbol. I mentioned that there's a lot of folks that are happy that Oprah is in the game out here. And those are the people that had bought this equity, I'd say anytime from probably January 9th, so the beginning of the year. They bought this equity. Let's just say they bought it, thought it was a good investment. They paid $19 for it. And then when it got down on July 13th, right around 377, they were like, they had a gun to their head, like, boy, that was a really nice move out there. So now, just imagine, you wake up today, you got Oprah pushing Weight Watchers. That's why it's stalling here, because the volume, and today's volume is muy bueno. You've got 47 million shares, but this downdraft out here with 18 million shares, that certainly was the real deal. Not Oprah, but Weight Watchers headed to 1420, maybe 17, 16. It may be beyond that. I don't really know. But we do know there's a supply line here where a lot of folks are just saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for helping me get back some or all of my money out there. That is ticker symbol WTW. If we take a look at Lennox International, LII, let's go see what it is doing. It's up about 3.5%, trading up $4. What is this doing here? This is got a nice wide price spread day out here. This has, let's turn off a couple of things out here. It's getting a little bit too clogged to actually see what it's doing. Let me get rid of that A to B equals CD. I don't need that out here for the moment. So as we take a look at this equity, we can see it's got a pretty nice level of support out here. And that was created on this nice sign of strength back on the trade day of July 20th. So 110.40 or so, 110.49 happens to be a decent support area. So it looks like to me, here's your resistance as well. This is where the sign of weakness came in. It wasn't really volume off the top. It was just a slight gap down on the trading day of August 20th. But nonetheless, looks to me like Lennox International, LII, probably headed to 124.92 before it may run out steam and just trade inside a consolidation between 110 and 125 out there, give or take. If we go look at Valiant Pharmaceuticals, VRX, that's trading out $16, down 9%. Let's go see what Valiant Pharmaceuticals. Oh, we're back to Lennox, Annie Lennox. Great music out there. The Eurythmics, just her own music, good stuff. In any event, let's go take a look at Valiant Pharmaceuticals, see where it's trading down into. Now, Valiant had Valiant. It had a little sign of strength and gap up on the back here on January 8th, 2015, 149 area. Looks to me like that's where it's headed to. It's at 160. It's going to go test the September 29th swing point. That's got 14 million you're trading into with light volume, 6.4 million shares, but a pretty good chance the 149 area is where it is headed to. Ticker symbol there, VRX. Bluebird. Let's go take a look at Bluebird Bio, down 15%. BLUE is the ticker symbol. It's got volume behind this move. It is headed back to its breakout area. No idea. And the breakout area, in essence, is probably, I'd say, between the 35 to 49 area, 49.83 really being the first test. Now, if it closes below the price point of 73.25 today, that's what would signal it probably completes the testing the breakout area and closing that window, that gap up at the 49.83 level. If it trades above 73.25, it doesn't have the then this level here could act as support. See, this thing broke out back on December 9th, 8.2 million shares. So you're really pulling back with light volume into that level. If it does not close into the gap, but it rejects the gap, that becomes a level of support. You need 3 tests of that 73.25 in order for it to truly be a level of support and not necessarily have to come back and fill the gap. Let's go take a look at Pioneer Natural Resources. PXD is the ticker symbol. Get a feel for what this has done here. Pulling back today. Volume behind that move was 1.4. Had a nice little sign of strength back on October 2nd with about 3 million shares. So volume looks a little bit light today. But ideally, this would, in fact, pull back to that breakout right around the 121 level and do it with light volume. Then that could actually set up a second A to B equals CD. Looks like the first one here may have completed. Let's go see if, in fact, it did out here. Yeah, more than completed. A 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD. That is on Pioneer Natural Resources. My screen's not popping up with the market profiles. My apologies for that. Let's go take a look at Chipotle. CMG is a ticker symbol. Let's go see what it is doing out here. Chipotle, not much. Chipotle, much like we were looking at one of those pharma companies, maybe it was Bluebird, I don't recall, but remember we were looking at the gap. And in the case of Chipotle, that gap is, well, let's redraw it because it's not correct right there. That gap was right here. Oh, come on. Work for me. Priced out at $694.40. We've seen two tests of that area. Perhaps Chipotle is going to come back and test $694.40. And if it does that and it holds, that becomes just simply a consolidation between the $695 to $757 area. Now, Chipotle does still have the opportunity to form an island top out here. So can't say that that is not going to happen. Not saying that it is. It is just something to pay attention to. Let's go look at Hasbro. Let's go see what's going on inside the toy business out here. You've got wide price spread. You have accelerated volume. All to the downside, more volume. Then on August 24th, which had volume of 2.3, you've done 3.6 million shares. Now, what Hasbro is doing, HAS is the ticker symbol. You can see a couple of different things out here. One, you can see that this had a breakout. And so price has tested that breakout. That's what it did on August 24th out here. Looks stands to reason it's going to come back and do that again. 69.66 is the magic number. If it closes below that, then I would say that Hasbro comes down to this little breakout area, which is about 57.20 or so. So 69.66, that's the number to be watching inside of ticker symbol HAS, Hasbro. What else do we want to look at? Anything else that shows up? How about PTCT? That is PTC Therapeutics. That's down 17%. Let's go see what it is doing out here. It looks like we looked at this stock once before. And when we looked at this stock, why that red line? Oh, because this had a high volume breakout level out here. So it looks like this is, which is at the 28.75 area. It does look more plausible that what this equity wants to do is get into the 1988, maybe even the 1535-ish type area. PTCT out there. All right, that's enough of the individual stocks, unless there's anything else that jumps out at us. What? JDust, JDST, that is the direction shares. I think that's the bear position inside of the mining sector. Yes, it is. So let's go take a look at which is up about 14% today. So that's a triple ETF. But let's go take a look at some of the mining equities. Let's look at a couple of the strong dogs out here. Let's start off by looking at Rand Gold Resources. GOLD is the ticker symbol. It's up with it's down with 757,000 shares. It was up a little bit, pushing higher on Friday with 1 million shares. So you're pulling back with 757. Let's see if I can pull up this spreadsheet here. I can. Let me do this. So we got 757. Let's actually get a feel for what the volume is today. So we got 757. We've been trading for over 4 hours. About 4.25. It's going to do about 1.1 million shares. And this thing had broken out with 1.2 million shares. So it's actually, you know, it's pulling back okay. Wish the profiles would populate. Let me see. I got to turn them on. That's why they weren't populating before. Okay. So it looks to me like Rand Gold, the first place for Rand Gold to move back to is going to be, you know, this little gap out here. So between 67.65 and 68.35. And I'd say 66.49. That is probably where Randgold is pulling back into. If it closes inside less than 66.49, Randgold probably makes a run for the $62 area out here. That's one of your stronger stocks. Not bad, but looks like that's what it wants to do. If we go take a look at Agnico Eagle, AEM, pulling back today, it's done 1.4 million shares. 1.4, so it's going to do about 2 million shares by day's end. This thing had broke out with 3 million shares, 3.8 million shares just a couple trading sessions ago. It has closed that gap. It's trading inside that gap. Looks like Agnico Eagle, even though it's pulling back with light volume, headed for the 27.36 area. And if that level fails, then Agnico Eagle is probably a buy at about 25.91 out here. That would be that would be nice. That would, and when I say nice, if we take a look at retracements from low to high, 2707 is your 0.382 retracement. Maybe that's all she wrote. But if it can close below that 2736, I think more likely than that, I'd say 2484 to 2591 would be the number. Let's take a look at FNV out here, Franco-Nevada, FNV. Let's go see what it is doing. Also another strong equity. So far today, a little over 1 million shares, 1.09. Looks like it'll do 1.6. Broke out with 1.7. 2 million shares on October 15th. Looks like Franco-Nevada headed for the 49.13 mark. So those are the strong dogs out here. Let's go see what some of the weak links are doing. You know, stocks like Gold Corp out here, Barrick Gold. Gold Corp down with 4.3 million shares off 42 cents. Volume behind its move today, 4.3 million again. 4.3 says it ought to do, Johnny, what's the number? That would be 6.5. So 6.5 million shares. This thing ran into resistance at its weekly profile. Actually, though, not bad. Take a look at this. So Gold Corp had broken out on October 14th, and it had done it with a volume of 11 million shares, and it's pulling back. It's into that swing, it's into that candlestick, that session right now, and it's in it with only 6.5 million shares. That's very promising for the mining sector. Likely pullback areas 1429, 1340 or so inside of Gold Corp. Let's go take a look at an even bigger dog out here, Barrick Gold. ABX is the ticker symbol. Let's go see what it is doing. Now, Barrick Gold today, 11 million shares, 11.4 to be exact. Says that I do about 17. It was up with 31. Well, that's boding well. Now, it's testing the top of its daily profile. If Barrick Gold closes below 752, then the move back into the 693.7 and 708 area would likely be the next targeted buy. And if it can do that with light volume, actually, where in the past I had said focus in on just the strong mining equities, I would say now would actually be the time, not now, meaning not now at 1:48 p.m. on October 19th. Now being, if it pulls back on light volume, test that little break area, which was on the trading day of October 6th through October the 5th out there. So if it comes back into that area with light volume, then that would actually suggest to me, if in fact the miners have another move to the upside, then that's where you can start really taking a look at things like NUGT, the GDX out here, because the weak ones right now are actually looking pretty good today. What else is weak out there? Maybe something in the den. You got Barrick Gold, you got Gold Corp. Who else is really weak inside of the mining sector? Anybody? If you know, just punch it up on the screen and we can take a look at it, because this is actually. Let's take a look at Gold Fields out here. This is weak, that's for sure. This thing has barely taken off. Today, volume is 4 million shares on the way back. There's still something wrong with Gold Fields out here, although it is testing the swing point. If it can close today above 282, it's at 274. We'll be right back, folks.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD. Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-Shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to the Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go overseas. Let's go see what's going on overseas out here. See if we get any feel for anything. Let's take a look at the DAX first, see what it's done, what it hasn't done. So we can see here the DAX is weaker than our markets, appears to be weaker than our markets out here. It has a swing point, most recent swing point high, September the 9th out here. It has not yet been able to, on this run here, has not been able to get up into that level. It's right now testing a swing point from the trading day of October the 12th. That's what it did today, rejected that level. It also has this little gap to the downside, so where the market's really started to crack here, September 18th, right? September 17th is a swing point high. We looked at I think the S&P might be just over it. But in any event, this 10-180-55 is a fairly significant resistance level for the DAX. If it can close above it, it ought to go test the 10-5-12 level. Let's look at the FTSE out here. FTSE closed down 25 points this morning. It is doing what? What is the FTSE doing? Let's look at a trend line out here. Let's see what it's doing with regard to its trend. Doesn't look like it's anywhere near that trend line. We'll just start from about, well, I take that back. It's not too far away. So it's trying to get up into its trend line. This is a trend line coming off of the May 29th level out here. So that's what's going on inside of the FTSE. Let's go over into Asia, see what they're doing in Asia out here. Let's take a look at the Nikkei off 160 points last night. What is the Nikkei doing out here? Not much. Really not much. It's just been sideways out here. Now, I think was the Nikkei, let's see here, October 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so Nikkei was open out here. No, it wasn't. So the Nikkei was not closed for Golden Week. Must have been the Shanghai. But really, no message that I can see as we take a look at the Nikkei. Currency-wise, not a ton to report out here for you. The Euro, Japanese yen trading back a bit, really trading with inside this little wedgie pattern out here. So sideways moves, not really tipping its cap. As we take a look at what's going on a daily basis out here. The best signals really right now as we speak with regard to what the market may or may not want to do. The NQ on the 120-minute time frame, it is in a seventh wave move. We've got 3 minutes to go. There's no way that the high of the 12 noon bar is going to be taken out. If we do not see any moves above that, then what you should expect, don't be surprised, anticipate. This is really a business about anticipating. What you should anticipate is price to get to 44.11. Price closes below 44.11, look at 43.91. If price closes below 43.91, then look at 43.54. Those are your steps on the way down from that seventh wave pattern inside of the NQ. Likewise, if that high gets taken out, strong moves underway is really what its message is, and could be a fairly large A to B equals CD. But at this stage of the game, we put that seventh wave move in the 2-hour chart together with what's going on inside the price oscillator out here. The price oscillator for the NASDAQ composite, you can see we've got declining tops along with price, and price inside the NASDAQ composite getting the 200-day exponential, or I'm sorry, simple moving average out here. Looks like a top, smells like a top out here. Then you know what that means. That means pretty much it is a top, short-term top at this stage of the game. So, folks, thanks so much for joining me here on Magnificent Magical Monday. Guess what? The other part of the Magic Act, he's up next. That is David White, so stay tuned. And then after that, we've got the Tom O'Brien Show to take us home from 3 to 5. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you on Terrific and sometimes Turnaround Tuesday. Take care.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.